Hello, my name is Alex Fishkind. I set out to do this project with essentially one question in mind. What is a hippie? Unity College was founded back in 1965 by hippies, essentially for hippies, but it has become more inclusive to include everyone. But going back to the roots of it, I wanted to figure out what that meant then and what it means now.
Hi, Alex, how you doing?
Doing good, how are you?
Good.
Just let them know who you are.
Yeah, my name's Tom Mullen, and I'm an associate professor of Parks and Forest Resources here at Unity College in Maine.
All right. I'm just wondering if I could ask you a quick question, Tom.
Sure.
In your own words, how would you define a hippie?
That's an interesting question, and of course, being slightly older than some of the students here at Unity College, I define it as somebody who has, in the old sense of it, has a baby boomer, somebody who was born between 1945 and I think it's 1960, 61, who experienced the upheaval, whether as a young child or as an active participant of the turmoil in the country in the 60s and 70s regarding the Vietnam War. It also includes a lot of the elements of the back to earth, back to the land movement, people who wanted to reach back and live a more simpler life.
All right. Now, with that in mind, what do you think it means to be a hippie at Unity College, taking into account its history, essentially being founded by hippies for hippies?
Well, actually, Alex, I just wanted to correct you. Unity College was founded by actually local businessmen here in Unity College.
Oh.
Unity. It was not founded by a bunch of hippies. It's founded by local businessmen who really wanted to reinvent the town of Unity when they put in 95, back in the 60s, it bypassed Unity. And so an addition to the state map came out, and actually Unity was not listed on the town on the state map anymore, by accident. It is now, of course. So Unity, which used to be a thriving crossroads for a lot of farmers, businessmen as a transportation crossroads, sort of waned. And so they thought, let's see if we can't get a college built here. And it was only in the mid-'70s that it changed its focus from being in a liberal arts college to a college with an environmental focus. So, I'm not trying to correct you on that, I just want to clarify that it wasn't founded by hippies, it was founded by local businessmen looking to encourage the development of the town of Unity. However, it was one of the first schools in the country to focus on environmental studies and environmental sciences, and that in itself really was unique, and it did attract a lot of hippies at that point in time. It was not only just students, but also faculty who came here, loved the idea of small classes, engaging in a rural atmosphere, rural countryside and landscape. And so definitely there was definitely a movement, a feeling of the town of being very green, very liberal, an environmental hotbed for the state of Maine.
And do you think they kind of betray that root of smaller classes as they continue to expand?
No, actually, while we do have some large classes, there are here at Unity, I don't think we have betrayed that sort of idea or motion. The largest class, classes we have now are like about 50. Compared to most, vast majority of colleges and universities around the country, 50 is the normal size for many classes, not necessarily the largest class. And so I would say most classes here at Unity are anywhere between 15 and 25. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes less. It depends on what level the class is and what the focus is. So I wouldn't necessarily have betrayed that aspect of things. But I do think that with our continued environmental focus, we're on the cutting edge of providing the opportunity for students to reach out in a variety of fields. And so here's a really good point. Is Unity as liberal as it used to be? I'd say no. In fact, when I first came to Unity College, it was, about 20 years ago. And it definitely had a reputation as being a green, liberal arts type of college. The reality was quite different. And that's because we actually have a lot of mix of students based on socioeconomic and their majors and political feelings. And now it's a pretty diverse student population as far as political and outlook views. Lots of hippies still, hippie-like students, but also some pretty conservative and traditional students as well.
Now, with that in mind, how would you describe how images and characteristics of a hippie have changed over time since the 1960s?
There's a lot less really long hair. There's still students on campus who have long hair, but not nearly as many. But that doesn't mean that they don't profess to have some sort of liberal, hippie type of viewpoints or perspectives. I'd say a lot of less long hair. A lot of less obvious in classroom people smelling like pot. So, does that help?
I'd say it does. I really appreciate you coming out for the interview, Tom.
Oh, no problem at all, Alex.
I appreciate you helping us answer the question of what is a hippie?
All right, thanks.